Okay, hi there, Capricorns. This is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life. I hope you're doing well, and I hope you are getting all geared up for the winter, your favorite season. This is a Sagittarius time right now, but Capricorn is coming up around the 23rd of December is when you start falling into your official zone. So, um, it's good to start thinking about that. If you have been paying attention to the readings for the last 3 months, you'll know that September, October, and November have been about cleansing, clearing out your space, clearing out your mind clutter, getting your mind right, getting stuff in order for yourself so that you don't have to enter into the winter season with a whole lot of extra baggage. And the reason for that is that we're moving into the year 2020. December leads right into, of course, the new year. The new year is about balancing, and it's also about letting that balance create the type of foundation or a new foundation for yourself. So we are building foundations or building upon foundations already started, but those things had to kind of get a little extra, as we say, hooshing. All right, so you needed a little. It needed a little bit of hooshing. It needed a little bit of clearing out and cleaning out so that you're not carrying extra baggage that's unnecessary, because you do want to travel light into this next decade. You want to travel light. You want to be able to balance yourself effectively and efficiently, and you don't want to be carrying a whole lot of clutter around with you. And when I say clutter, that means physical clutter, clutter in your house, clutter in your space, clutter in your mind, clutter in your spirit, clutter with people. Wherever the clutter exists, you want to kind of remove that. Not kind of remove it. You want to remove it permanently so that as you start establishing these new foundations and these new boundaries for yourself, that you're not making them too loose or making them too tight. I hope that makes sense to you. All right, so we're moving into the December month. Like I said, we've got an eclipse happening. If you want to know more about what's happening astrologically, then you can connect with the new moon and the full moon view. The full moon view and the new moon view kind of help you get in touch with your lunar cycle and also get in synchronicity with your astrological signs and your astrological elements as well. But Capricorn, this is going to be tarot and oracle for the month of December. Um, just tapping into your energy right now, Capricorns. I feel moved to start with the tarot with you all, just so that we can get some clarity about what's going on right now. A couple more shuffles, please. All right. Y'all know my cards hit the floor. We got the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is about moving forward with speed. It looks like, speed and accuracy, which is for you, Capricorn, which is something you shouldn't even be concerned about, because the one thing about Capricorns is that they've 9 times out of 10 done their homework and somebody else's too, right? So being able to push forward and move forward and go forward without hesitation, without concern, without being worried or anything like that is very possible for you. Look at this. You guys are flying, so you guys will be flying into December and flying into the new year as well. I know this is about December, but I'm really thinking about the new year, because December is kind of the lull. It's kind of the calm before the storm, but not a bad storm, a good storm. It's going to be a good storm. It's not going to be a bad storm. See, I told you it's not going to be a bad storm. You got the Empress coming in. So as you're moving forward, Capricorns, you're moving right into the energy of access, the energy of abundance. You are connecting to your source, and you're knowing that that source is infinite. It's infinite. It has infinite possibilities. It has infinite choices to make. Sometimes that can be difficult for people, but I don't feel like it's that difficult for Capricorn. Capricorns are kind of made to make decisions because of how they think, how they operate, and what they do. They're very thorough people. You all are very thorough people, so Nine times out of ten, if you have to make a decision about something, then you probably already made the decision. Decision is probably already made in your own mind. We got the Knight of Wands coming in. So we got two wands here, which means that things are going to happen very quickly for you, Capricorn, moving into the new year. But like I said, December is really about, it's not even about preparation. It's really about peace and stillness before these things start rushing in for you. So if it seems a little dull in December, don't say that you're bored. Don't feel like, oh, nothing's happening for me, I don't know what's going on, and start getting into that zone, because you know, Capricorn, y'all like to be doing something all the time. But you have to take a time out. I see the Six of Swords here. Six of Swords says you're moving to new territory, moving into new areas. You may need a little push as far as that's concerned, because another hallmark of Capricorns is you all have a tendency to drag your feet a little bit about things. So you may be needing a little push to get off the shore, to get to the other side, but you do have the help that you need, and you don't need to be concerned about that. So it's time to start putting your thoughts around what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and all of that. You can begin to put that behind you now, Capricorn, because you've done all of that. Remember what I was saying to you before about if it's time for Capricorns to make a decision, 9 times out of 10 the decision has already been made. All you're doing is kind of going through and, you know, checking the list, checking the list and checking it twice, getting the list and something about the list and checking it twice. That's what you're doing. So you can start to put a lot of this stuff behind you now. The things that were keeping your mind going, you know what I'm saying? Keeping you worried, keeping you concerned, you can start to put those things behind you now. Six of Swords says that you are tapping into your Empress energy. There it is again, 10 of Cups. But this is not just about financial abundance, and that's what the Empress card. The Empress card shows up in the minor arcana in several places, right? So the Empress card is the overarching concept, it's the overarching idea around abundance. But here the 10 of Cups is telling me it's not just material abundance, but it's also emotional abundance. It's emotional, not abundance. I don't want to keep using that word over and over again. It bothers me to do so. It's about emotional satisfaction. That's the word I'm looking for. It's about emotional satisfaction. So it's satisfaction that you're moving toward. It's not just things of a financial nature or things of a physical nature. I know that sometimes concerns you all a lot, and it seems to be a bigger concern. But what you're receiving is much more than just the physical access. It's not just physical access, it's also emotional access. So the spirits are really, really being benevolent, being extremely benevolent during the season for you. Look at this, 7 of Cups. Lots of choices, lots of things to choose from. The 7 of Cups also comes with like kind of a little bit of a, you know, a pay attention thing, because a lot of things may be coming your way. There may be a lot of things, a lot of opportunities to choose from, or there may be a lot of people to choose from, especially if we're talking about emotional support and emotional satiety. I think that's the right word. There's a lot of choices. There's a lot of things. So you want to make sure you're getting what you desire. You're getting truly what you desire. But I want you to keep in mind that it's not just these choices that are coming in are not just about material. Your goal is to reach for that spiritual or that emotional satisfaction. It's satisfaction that you're really reaching for, Capricorn. You know what abundance looks like. You know what money looks like. You like having a lot of things. You get that and you want that. It doesn't mean that you don't want it. It doesn't mean it's bad. But you also know, Capricorn, again, what I talk about when Capricorns get ready to make a decision, the decision is already made. This is true because you already know, even if you don't have a lot of things, you already know that isn't going to get you everything that you want out of life. You know that. You know that you have a vision of what that looks like for you, and it's not just one thing. It's being able to be at peace. It's being able to find some calm. We got an Eight of Cups coming in. An Eight of Cups reflects the need for some inner exploration. You should probably do that around the moon times, new moon time. I haven't taken a look yet to see what the new moon in December is bringing in, or the full moon is, but that will be coming up again. Check out the new moon and the full moon view if you really want to get in touch with some specifics around that time. I'm getting that you're not getting your rest, or you're not getting any timeouts. That may come after this new year comes. I feel like this is new year energy that's coming. Things are going to come, and they're going to come quickly. And it's going to be something to stimulate your mind. It's also going to stimulate your spirit. It's going to be very mentally and spiritually stimulating for you. And so you may not be getting the type of rest you need, but I'm going to say try to get the type of rest. Sometimes when you're getting ready for these big changes, you can't rest because literally the spirits want you awake. If you ever have those experiences with all of a sudden, like, I'm not talking about permanently being like constantly having insomnia or waking up with worry and anxiety. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about when you find yourself waking up at certain times, or your sleep patterns are a little off. They may want you awake at a certain time. And if they want you awake at a certain time, just kind of be obedient with that and go with the flow. And usually, not always, but usually when that's happening and it's not about worry and anxiety and stuff like that, it's just purely like you got to get up at a certain time because the spirits are calling you, then what'll happen is you'll be in this kind of pattern of this weird pattern of sleeping for a little while, and then you'll come out of it, and then you'll be back to normal. So you just have to kind of pay attention to your body and know what's going on with that. I got the Six of Cups here. Again, another offering, someone offering some attention towards you, or giving something to you, or trying to offer you something of benefit. It could be compliments. It could be encouragement. It could be, it's like compliments and encouragement, I feel like, is what's coming there. And again, that kind of ties in with this being satisfied and being sated, and feeling comfortable in your own skin, and feeling like you have everything that you want and it's all good for you. And I feel like when that happens, or as that's happening, then you're going to receive some other kinds of, I'm feeling like you're going to, some kind of award or some kind of reward, or there's like a reward waiting for you. And people are offering it to you, and it's not just one thing, it's several things. It's more than one. It's going to happen again and again. So be on the lookout for these rewards. Like, it could come in form of actually awards, or it could also come in the form of just so it could be like people coming and saying to you, oh, you did this and such for me, and it really was meaningful, or just ways that people are giving you your props. I think that's also a part of what's coming in with the Seven of Cups. A lot of cups energy. So Capricorn, I feel like the love is here, and it's coming forward, and it's coming straight to you. Just some time for self-reflection, some time for rest, some time for self-reflection here, some time for rest here. And you putting these things that have been in front of you behind you, piece by piece. Just put it behind you, because really it is already behind you. It's already behind you. I know the Capricorns have been going through a lot of stuff. That's because y'all are kind of like the anchors. Y'all are kind of like anchors of the zodiac. And so you all have been really, really holding it down. And you've been holding it down in ways that you just think you're just doing your normal thing, but really you've been holding it down for a lot of people, and you've been holding it down for yourself as well. And holding it down in the current climate and energy that's going on in the universe right now is not an easy task. It is not. So you all have been anchoring, you all have been holding, you've been going through your changes and everything like that, but now you're walking in this. You're walking in this, and not only are you walking in this, but it's going to come swiftly. It's going to come very quickly, and it's going to come with a lot of energy that you're going to need, because when you were in this other state, When you were in this other state right here where, I'm talking about before you getting your push, before you getting off the shore, you were in a rough place. You were in a bad place. You were in a difficult space. You're in a difficult space, and it's not easy for people. We got the Death card. I know about that, and followed by the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Nine of Pentacles in reverse. I'm gonna say this too. The Death and the Nine of Pentacles came out together, and what I'm gonna say is that what you need to put an end to, or what needs to be put an end to, is this idea that you do not have enough and that you don't have what it is that you need. You do have enough. You have more than enough here, and this is the goal. So I think when you put your mind here and you see that this is where you're headed, and it's not about like financially what's in your pocket, or like satisfying your physical needs. It's like getting past that notion, because it's much bigger for you, Capricorn. It's way much your connection to your wealth and abundance, or your is so much bigger than that. You know, if it's about, if you've been looking for financial wellness, and you've been looking for financial gain or something like that, it's so much bigger than that for you, Capricorn. It's so much more than that, and I feel like you already know it. You already know it, which is why you're not drawing that thing to you by itself. That's why you're not. That's why that's why you're in this place of needing a little push. That's why the energy is coming in at the beginning of the year for you. It's to get you out of this headspace here, which is what you got to do with that Death card, and really putting you in this mindset right here, which is about love and satisfaction, and being comforted, and finding comfortable places to be in, and being around people that make you feel good and make you feel happy. And then you feeling happy within yourself, which is what draws all of this stuff to you in the beginning, to deal from the beginning, from the get-go. I mean, that's really what's happening here. That's really what's happening here. It looks good for you, Capricorn. It really does. I just feel like December is just, it's a chill time for you. December is going to be a real chill time for you, but it's also kind of like those last little minute details in your energetic field that you're working through. And those last few little details are, putting these past thoughts and issues behind you. Your other detail is like ending this thought process that you're not going to have what you need, because that's over with. It's getting ready to be good and over with. And just preparing yourself. I mean, and there's not much you can still do to prepare yourself, other than get your sleep, get your rest, do your last minute introspections. Don't forget to get connected during your moon time. Not your moon time like your feminine moon time. I mean your lunar cycle, your full moon and your new moon, and your waxing gibbous and your waning gibbous, and what to do during those times. And I'll talk a little bit more about that with the new moon and the full moon view. I see new commitments. Could be marriage for some of you. Could be marriage, could be another kind of commitment, could be another relationship commitment. Doesn't have to be marriage, but committing, making a new commitment to yourself first, and then that new commitment may then open up doors for other kinds of commitments that can happen, whether they be through work, like a new job could be, or it could be, like I said, relationship, marriage, because we had all those cups. All of that cups energy just tells me, that these commitments are really about the heart space, getting in touch with your heart space. If you still need to do some work around your heart space, your heart chakra, you can do some heart chakra cleansings. Might be good for you to do during this time of the month, or this time of the year. King of Pentacles and Page of Wands in reverse. Okay, so yeah, this is about your finances, for real though. And then what it's telling me again, it's about the Page of Wands. It's about your spirit. It's about what drives your spirit. So again, it's not about the money. It's not about the finances at all for you. It's not about those things. You got to work your magic. You got to work your faculties. You got to use all the things that are available to you and around you in order to manifest the things that you really want. But again, what you really want, deep down inside, Capricorn, decision already made. What you really want deep down inside is this right here. This is your idea of abundance. Stick with the plan, stick with the concept. Don't get off of it, okay? Because it's when you start focusing on that other stuff is when you get sidetracked. Then you get sidetracked and then you'll be, waking up for the wrong reasons. Not because Spirit got something to tell you juicy, not because you're getting downloads, but because you're just up worrying about things you don't need to worry about because it has nothing to do with that 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is the goal. So you're looking for 10 of Cups energy. Somebody comes to you and they flashing and flashing rings and bling bling and stuff in front of your face. And you're like, this is tempting, but it's not satisfying. And if it's not going to satisfy me emotionally, internally and stuff, if I don't feel, if it's not moving me like that, then the answer is no. Okay. All right, Capricorn, if you guys are in Miami-Dade County area during the first week in December, I'll be down there for Art Basel. Y'all know I love art. Y'all know I love art. I am all about art. I have all kinds of decks, not because people send them to me, but because I love the artwork in them. If you want to know more about the art of the deck, I do a series called Art of the Deck. It's my flip through and review for the people who have the artist in mind. I always feel like the artist doesn't get their due in the cards and in the deck and their recognition. So, and I am a visual reader, so it's all about the images for me. So I'll be down in Art Basel. I'll be giving readings down there. Of course, you don't have to be in Miami to do that, but if you are in the Miami area, I can come to you, near you, around you, get your reading done. If you want to do Reiki, if you don't want to do stone meds, you can do that too. And as always, I hope you all have a great December, Capricorns, and I hope that you have a wonderful life. Bye.